I'm going to tell a little bit of information about how it goes with the communication with my spirit teacher. My spirit teacher is a master teacher, and sometimes he has information and messages for me that I'm not receiving, and sometimes I speak with an intuitive or a psychic to help me receive those messages. Now, sometimes those messages are visual symbols, and those symbols are described to me by the intuitive, and I interpret those symbols. For example, my intuitive psychic friend, Bright Eyes, told me that my spirit teacher was present and that he was showing her an image of me wearing a crown, wearing a robe, and kneeling before him on one knee. He was sitting in his chair like a hierophant, and he rose and I rose, and he placed a crown on my head. Well, neither of us at the moment entirely understood what that symbolism represented. But then later, I found a book on the mystery schools, and I discovered that the fourth initiation in the mystery school, the initiate receives a crown upon his head, which signifies that he's now qualified to teach the mysteries. So that was a very significant message for me, which over time and through research revealed itself to me in a personal understanding, which made me feel at ease sharing some of the wisdom that I've learned. I spent probably 25,000 hours in the library studying 3,000 volumes of esoteric books, which gave me some perception into the world's history, into the world's religions, into the various mythology and dogma that are in different cultures. I was raised in a Christian church, so I have an abundance of knowledge on the Bible and basic Christianity. But this broadened my mind to the many other religious systems in the world so that I could share the wisdom of the world. And with that, I can share with you. One of the messages that I received from my master teacher with the help of Bright Eyes is that he showed to her a classroom. And in the front of the classroom was a wise owl. And that wise owl had a cape and gown like a university professor, and he had this hat that looked like a graduate student with a tassel. And that owl, which in symbolism represents wisdom. And from that great wisdom, it was symbolic of the school that I attend nightly as I go to sleep and my spirit travels to the astral plane. And I enter into that mystery school with my teachers, because many times our esoteric education occurs during our sleep with our master teachers, where our spirit leaves the body and attends school and returns to us before morning, and when we arise, we have that knowledge. That's one of the benefits of getting familiar with your spirit teachers and knowing their names and getting acquainted and having a conversation with them. I'll tell you a little different story about clairaudience. I was at a cafe one morning having breakfast, and I decided I would go alone and have breakfast with my dad. Now, my dad's in spirit, and so I thought to myself, and when you're communicating with spirit, you can do it just with your thoughts. And I thought to myself, Dad, I've been having some emotional stress. Now, my dad's was a farmer. My dad said, go to the milk barn and milk. Well, I knew it had to be my dad speaking. No one else would tell me to go to the milk barn and milk. Well, I know exactly what he was saying. He was saying, son, don't get lost in this emotional stress. Get your work done. The emotional stress will pass. And I thought that was wonderful advice that I so greatly needed that morning.
Each person is traveling along a path toward greater spiritual awareness. Whether in this life or another, we will each awaken and pursue truth and wisdom.